Okay, it's been a little while since I got a new bottle. Um, at least a new bottle of anything like unusual. This isn't that unusual, but I did want to try it, have for a little while. And as usual, I've done like no research in this. This is Suze. It is a French gentian-based digestif. The reason I wanted to try it, especially, usually I'm trying like Italian Amari and stuff. I studied abroad in Italy, so I feel like partial, loyal to the more Italian gastronomy. But in this case, I grew up in Maine, so we have our state beverage. Moxie is a gentian, like a root beer type thing. I mean, it's like a gentian-based soda, um, and so I like that stuff a lot. And so I found out this thing. This Suze is gentian based. It's used in a lot of cocktails and stuff. But I have seen that people drink it straight as well. So I'm going to be doing that and giving you my impressions on it. I'm curious because, yeah, it's one of the first French style ones I've had. I mean, I've had vermouth, I've had like Saint Germain, which is not meant to be drunk straight, I don't think. So I'm curious about this one. On the nose, it's pretty mild. It smells a little bit citrusy, kind of like I have that one Jefferson Amaro Importante, which is like a more citrus forward Amaro. I would say it's a little bit like that, like kind of like bitter orange peel type of thing going on. A little bit like what's the one? Vecchio Amaro del Capo. I know del Capo's got like sweet, like nutty stuff in it too. It supposedly has like cinnamon stuff too, which I don't really get from it. But it's also got that like orange peel undertone. So I feel like this is pretty similar in that regard. It kind of smells like orange peel. Oh, that is interesting. I did not expect that. So I could tell it was kind of transparent in the bottle, or kind of clear-ish in the bottle, because like it's a brown bottle and you can see like it's not very dark like other Amari are. But it is like vivid yellow, almost like yellow chartreuse or something, which I've also never tried. I've seen absinthe like this. I have tried absinthe that looks like this. So, I think it was absinthe. Anyway, I've tried stuff that is this vivid color yellow. So I was not expecting it to be that color, honestly. So yeah, I'll give it a try. I'll like drink half of it and then I'll take the rest. It's interesting. Yeah, I would say that Jefferson Amaro Importante is like the closest thing I've had to this, and that's not like a very well known Amaro. I don't think it's like probably not even the most famous Amaro from its region, Calabria, is Del Capo is from there as well. There's probably others that are more famous, like possibly I think Nannino might be from there. Might be totally wrong about that. But yeah, that's pretty much what I tastes like. It's more like that bitter orange peel flavor. I gotta say, like if I was comparing this to Moxie, doesn't I don't really get the same flavor. Moxie has kind of like almost I mean it's a soda, right? So it's sweeter, obviously. It's got like a more kind of I feel it tastes kind of like cola root beer type of thing, but with some kind of like pininess to it, very slightly. Not in like a gin way, but like in a kind of like a underneath kind of way. I don't know how to describe it really. More like maybe closer to like mastic or something like that. You know what I mean? And this you don't get any of that really. If I really focus on it, I guess I can kind of get like that similar gentian flavor. I think the bitterness, a lot of it comes from that and whatever citrus is in here. And I think like kind of the aftertaste is a little bit closer to Moxie than like the initial flavor is much brighter, much more like citrus, I think. Yeah, up front more citrus. It's definitely more bitter than that Jefferson Amaro Importante. And then on the aftertaste, the sweetness really kicks in like afterward. Like you get the citrus first, then you get bitterness, and then you get the sweetness coming through. And the sweetness has a little bit of that. I guess that's the gentian flavor that kind of reminds me of Moxie, which I don't really know how to explain, but it's kind of like sweet, and it's not really floral or anything like that. It's kind of like root beer-ish. So I'd say that comes through kind of in the aftertaste. That's really interesting. That was good. Because I really like that Jefferson Amaro. And this is pretty similar. Plus, it's got like some Moxie aftertaste. It's got some bitterness in between. I would say it is fairly bitter. Not as bitter as like Unicum or Fernet or something, but it is decently bitter. More bitter than like, I don't know, Montenegro or something that's pretty mild. Or like Ramazzotti. Like comparable with like Cynar. I don't think Cynar is like that bitter because there's a lot of sweetness there. It balances it out. But I'd say this is like kind of comparable to that. If the sweetness wasn't in either of these, it'd be pretty noticeable. This one's maybe a little bit more noticeable. Not the most bitter one I've had, but also not the sweetest. So I don't know. This is enjoyable. I like this. I almost feel like it shouldn't be mixed with stuff because it's got a very interesting, like complex flavor profile. So yeah, I think definitely worth a try, especially if you've had Moxie, or you like the kind of citrus forward ones. I would definitely recommend this Suze Suze digestif, bitter élaboré. That's what it says on the bottle.